Hello Patriots, I'm at Restored Republic via a GCR update for Wednesday, October 4th, 2023 by Judy Byington. Trust the plan. Q. The clock is ticking. It will be sooner than you expect. From truth to power, it had to be this way, Patriots. Your role is only beginning. Are you ready to finish what we started? JFK's Secrets on Telegram. The Q project has just started. Watch for activation of the emergency alert system. Cabal planned 5G attack on Wednesday, October 4th and Wednesday, October 11th. Don't forget both dates. Turn off your phones, TVs, and Wi-Fi devices. And remember, even though it's from 220 to like 250, I would do it in a bigger window just to be safe. That's what I'm going to do. So I may start at 1 and then, keep things turned off until 4 or 4:30, something, just a bigger window. It's only wise to put away a month's supply of food, water, cash, and essential supplies for yourself and to share with others. You raise me up when I am down and oh, my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up more than I can be. Judy note, on Tuesday, October 3rd, blockchain's global cryptocurrency exchange collapsed, while the stock market remained in free fall. Kevin McCarthy was removed as Speaker of the House, while Donald Trump was nominated to be Speaker of the House. Meanwhile, Scavino posted a video of a drive into New York. At the 34-second mark, the freeway sign came into focus to say E34 Street. Q Drop 34 says, "My fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great country. We will be initiating the emergency alert system during this time in an effort to provide a direct message, avoiding the fake news to all citizens. The EAS may be needed very soon. The CIA's Operation Gladio has used Biden's open borders policy to sneak into the U.S. a secret army of foreign mercenaries." I'm not surprised. Just unbelievable. Criminals, terrorists, and other soldiers of fortune. They have placed these terrorists in every major American city upon being triggered by their CIA handlers. The terrorists plan to carry out false flag terrorist attacks. Oh boy, just be very careful. Don't go into the big cities and head on a swivel. Warning. Word was that during the FEMA emergency broadcast system test on Wednesday, October 4th, the cabal had plans to attack our phones, TVs, and Wi-Fi technology. Absolutely do not participate. Turn off all devices, unplug all computers. Disconnect all information technology from Wi-Fi between 2 and 4 p.m. on Wednesday, October 4th. Another attack was believed planned for Wednesday, October 11th. The same date as Biden was expected to be removed from office. So don't forget both dates. And if nothing happens, and it may feel like nothing happens today during that time, you may not see anything, that doesn't mean that something didn't happen. So just keep that in mind. These EBS broadcasts were not to be confused with an emergency alert system activation that was expected at any time. A new 5,000 plus army of Starlink satellites was already in place to take over mainstream media satellites and the FEMA EBS broadcasts. On this Starlink system, the EAS will broadcast the global alliance's takedown of the cabal, showing arrests and tribunals of global elites charged with crimes against humanity. The documentaries have been made in 55 languages and 600 dialects and will be shown on all channels on the planet. In connection with the EAS, the National Guard has been deployed throughout the United States, while alliance militaries of different nations across the globe were also ready to make mass arrests of those Satan-worshipping, child-sacrificing global elites of the cabal, whose purpose was to depopulate and enslave the planet. Tuesday, October 3rd, Putin warned that a fateful event was about to happen. On Tuesday, October 3rd, he staged across the 11 Russian time zones a simulated U.S. nuclear attack exercise with assumed martial law and full mobilization. Tuesday, October 3rd, Maui emergency broadcast test emergency alert. Maui emergency broadcast test tells residents to stock up on 14 days of supplies. New York prepper. Tuesday, October 3rd, sirens blasting. Tuesday, October 3rd, warning, Tucker Carlson says end is near. Elijah Schaffer's top 5 video, the Gateway Pundit. The CIA's Operation Gladio used open borders to sneak across terrorist cells who will then carry out false flag terrorist attacks upon being triggered by their CIA handlers. Gladio is steadily and surreptitiously building a secret army of foreign mercenaries, criminals, terrorists, and other soldiers of fortune in every major city in America. A veteran intelligence analyst and former U.S. military officer, Operation Trojan Horse, the most destructive and naked act of treason in U.S. history. Tuesday, October 3rd, Dow Jones tanked. Dow Jones Today chart, Google search. And Monday, October 2nd, veteran cyber crackerjack, October 4th, FEMA emergency alert test. Plandemic 2.0, trigger, super psyop, dangerous black op, or all 3 American media group. On Monday, October 3rd, Representative Matt Gaetz filed a motion to vacate Speaker McCarthy because he agreed with the Democrats to borrow monies from the Chinese Communist Party to fund the U.S. government for the next 45 days. McCarthy was also found to have made a secret deal with the Democrats to fund Ukraine. In the past, U.S. taxpayer money for the Ukraine war has been used by the Democrats to launder U.S. taxpayer dollars back to themselves. And side note, remember, McCarthy is supposedly under the control of Trump. So this may have been a planned operation to get him out, and maybe Trump would be nominated to be Speaker. I don't know, but it's just a thought. On Tuesday, October 3rd, Kevin McCarthy was removed as Speaker of the House. On Tuesday, October 3rd, Donald Trump was nominated to be Speaker of the House. On Tuesday, October 3rd, Scavino posted a video of them driving into New York. And at that and I showed this video at the very end of yesterday's situation update, if you want to see it. At the 34-second mark, the freeway sign comes into focus and says E34 Street. Q drop 34 says, my fellow Americans, over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great country. And we will be initiating the emergency broadcast system, EMS, during the time in an effort to provide a direct message, avoiding the fake news to all citizens. Wednesday, October 4th may be a day to remember. Will it be the beginning of the disclosure or the scare event? Stock market crash or 3 days of darkness before the disclosure? Hoping it will be the start of the end of this movie. Could be exciting. Truth Warriors on Telegram. Rumored global currency reset timeline. The Forex was down all Sunday evening, October 1st, and then came up Monday morning, October 2nd, with all values set to 0. Monday, October 2nd, Frank 26, all red high alert. Judy note, intel received from a high-up source indicated that Tier 4B may not be notified until Friday, October 6th, with appointments starting the next day. Tuesday, October 3rd, from Wolverine. In the last 24 hours, PMT4A has started in the process of preparing and paying T4 groups. Confirmed information that some of the T4 holders had to be turned away yesterday when they tried at the last minute to renegotiate some of the payment contracts for higher exchange rates. They were told no, and this caused things to slow down a bit yesterday. But the U.S. Treasury got things moving again fast because of World Court arbitration to release the RV shotgun payment in full ASAP. And because Trump and the Chinese also want it completed ASAP. Confirmed that anti-RV filibusters by mostly Democratic deep state politicians and bureaucrats, including Mnuchin, have been neutralized, and that arrests of 2,200 or more filibusters are underway in the United States and 4 other countries. For security reasons, our military contact could not discuss the specific timing of our T4B notifications and access to 100% liquidity in T4 group accounts and SKR accounts because they both arrive at approximately the same time. Confirmed that Monday was the day that funds started moving and being accessed at lower tier levels and to start releasing payments for Tier 4 and SKR groups into our Tier 4B notifications anytime Monday to Tuesday. 800 number notifications can go out any second now over the next 24 to 48 hours. Confirm that rates were updated on Friday morning, rates were locked, and the risk management release algorithm had been running since Friday morning. Confirm that the rates will be updated from Sunday to Monday night, so if Tier 4 will not launch successfully based on the progress and launch algorithm today, so they will use the update of Sunday night rate for our Tier 4B starts from Monday to Tuesday. He told us to celebrate that the shotgun has already begun to be finished. Shotgun startup is completing now. Timeline. Tuesday, October 3rd from Bruce. Iraqi American citizens will have access to their funds around 10 a.m. and on Wednesday, October 4th, tiers 1, 2, 3, including bondholders, will get access to their funds on Wednesday, October 4th afternoon. A top source said Tier 4B should get notification to set exchange redemption appointments around 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, October 4th. If that doesn't happen, the notification should come out on Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning, October 5th. Tier 4B appointments could be set around 2 hours after notification. Exchange rates were in the double digits for dinar and dong. Everyone, including Zim holders, could ask for the higher contract rates on the dinar. TNT Tony. Iraqi government salaries being paid a month in advance, effective Wednesday, October 4th. On Wednesday, October 4th, Iraq would be welcomed to the World Trade Organization with a fully reinstated Iraqi dinar international traded currency. Wednesday, October 4th was also considered the day when the official stock market crash would happen. A test on the worldwide emergency broadcast system has been scheduled for Wednesday, October 4th. Hal Turner. October 4th test of emergency alert system nationwide, and no, it's not the zombie apocalypse. Wolverine. Shelton said on his call that the 10 days of darkness and 12 days of disclosures would start after an event on Wednesday, October 4th. By Tuesday, October 10th, the bulk of redemption appointments and exchanges were expected to be done. On Wednesday, October 11th, another possible EBS date with Biden removal, and that would kick off a 4-month military action. The second week of October, the restitution and reparation funds will be given out for seniors over 60 in a lump sum. For ages 50 to 60, they will be paid out over a 12-month period, and ages 30 to 49 paid out over a 15-year period. Bruce. The end of October, Sidney Powell has a date with the Supreme Court to present evidence on 2020 election fraud. On Wednesday, November 1st, it was the goal to have currency exchanges and Zim bond redemptions completed. In November, Social Security will be paid out in much higher payments. Bruce. In January 2024, the SSR&R payments start on a monthly basis. Bruce. On January 1st, 2024, the fiat US dollar will be worth nothing. Starting January 1st, 2024, all currencies across the globe will be on par 1-to-1 with each other. Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023, Bruce, the big call. Iraq declared themselves free and a sovereign state today, Tuesday, October 3rd. They were paying out profit sharing on the oil and gas law and paying back for retribution payments. On Wednesday, October 4th, there was supposed to be a disruption of services from 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, but it's only for the deep state that they are tracking. At 2:20 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, October 4th, there will be a testing of the EAS, EWS, EBS after the Starlink system has integrated our phones, TVs, internet. There could be an announcement tied to it. Tiers 1, 2, and 3 will get access to their funds on Wednesday, October 4th afternoon. On Wednesday, October 4th afternoon, bondholders will be called in or emailed to sign off bond signatures and receive access to funds. Iraqi American citizens will have access to their funds around 10 a.m. on Wednesday, October 4th. A top source said Tier 4B should get notification around 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, October 4th. If that doesn't happen, they should come out in the afternoon or Thursday morning, October 5th. Tier 4B appointments could be set around 2 hours after notification. What has been out on rates was way off. Rates were in the double digits for dinar and dong. Zim holders can ask for contract rates on the dinar. Rumored GCR recent history, walking stick, an Iraqi citizen and bank owner. The tender for the currency and coins has been met per request, meaning requirements for release of the new Iraqi dinar exchange rate has been fulfilled. Wolverine, the funds have been released and placed on the quantum financial system. On Friday, September 15th, Iraq officially RV'd their dinar. On Friday, September 22nd, Iraq announced the new Iraqi dinar international rate as $11.90. That would rise in value to a rumored $13.20. On that same Friday, September 22nd, the quantum financial system took over the global financial system. On Sunday evening, September 24th, the QFS was activated with all funds gold-backed. On Thursday, September 28th, Iraq abolished the dollar and its currency actions, Central Bank of Iraq. On Thursday, September 28th, a 10-day process began of an automatic increase in the value of the dinar, franc 26. On Friday, September 29th, the HCL oil payments to Iraqi citizens was being paid with an in-country rate of $5 plus. Friday, September 29th was a dramatic beginning of the stock market crash. The Chinese Communist Party defense minister plus the CEO of the world's largest real estate company, the CCP's Evergrande, went missing. That halted Evergrande shares on a stock market that was already in free fall, any or all of which could easily bring on a global financial crisis that would trigger a global currency reset. Sunday, October 1st was the first banking day of October in the Mideast and start of the new U.S. fiscal year. All banks were required to be on the gold asset-backed quantum financial system rather than the old fiat currency SWIFT system by that Sunday, October 1st. On Monday, October 2nd, the Iraqi WS Bank U.S. branch was open for business. As the stock market reopened, sell-offs continued. Tuesday, October 3rd was officially designated as the National Day of the Republic of Iraq to celebrate Iraqi freedom from the U.S. Inc. On that same Tuesday, October 3rd, the stock market continued to dive. When it hit 20%, it was the point of no return and closed early. Tuesday, October 3rd, Rubik's Cube on Telegram confirmed that 1% will be on the debit credit card at the time of exchange. Debit, credit card? Debit card, yes, but credit card, no. No more credit cards on Earth 2.0. When QFS is public, credit cards are gone. No more credit system. Global economic crisis. ABC News, more than $50 million owed to creditors after collapse of Blockchain Global's cryptocurrency exchange. Monday, October 2nd, banks' credit crunches in the economy. The credit crisis will affect everyone, and it is worse than you think. AMG News. Tuesday, October 3rd, complete list of banks owned, controlled by the Rothschild crime family, American Media Group. Tuesday, October 3rd, Deutsche Bank customers have been locked out of their accounts. October 3rd, Tuesday, the U.S. currently has just 17 days of supply left in the strategic petroleum reserves. 17, you say? And Tuesday, October 3rd, Turkey's annual inflation topped 60% again, despite massive interest rate hikes as oil surge worsened outlook. Restored Republic. Monday, October 2nd, Operation Trojan Horse. The most destructive and naked act of treason in U.S. history. AMG News. Emergency broadcast system activation. A reader. My wife is a teacher at a middle school, and the superintendent informed all staff and teachers that the EAS testing from FEMA will occur Wednesday, October 4th from 2:20 to 2:50. They even used the words to describe the test as a unique tone and sequence of vibrations and will be sent out to all cell phones. They're getting them prepared for what is to come. It's getting real. Washington dodges government shutdown in final hours. Temporary funding until November 17th has been agreed to keep U.S. government open just hours before the deadline. Joe Biden signed the bill, which has dropped aid to Ukraine and increased disaster funds. The president added that America cannot, under any circumstances, allow American support for Ukraine to be interrupted. Reports suggest another bill would secure passage to allow funding to Kyiv to continue. Why is Russia conducting a nationwide public alert test the same day as the U.S. is putting out an emergency alert test? The U.S. and Russia are both putting out 30-minute alerts, done in 30. That's something from Q. That's a phrase from Q. No one knows, but these alerts happening at the same time was no coincidence. All Russia is conducting military drills today for a nuclear war scenario. Meanwhile, the UK doesn't have any defense weapons left. Lovely. Fox News finally admits the election of 2020 was rigged and that big tech, the Democrat Party, CIA, and fake news conspired to rig the 2020 presidential election against President Donald J. Trump. This was election interference. The disinformation was coming from the FBI and Facebook, from Adam Schiff and Democrat operatives. This was a very damaging story to Biden before the election, and they were going to kill it. Bottom line, the election was rigged and stolen. Miranda Devine, as interviewed by Mark Levin. White Hat Intel. The United States is under military control. This event has already happened. These operations and continuity of government is the principle of establishing defined procedures that allow government to continue its essential operations in case of a catastrophic event such as nuclear war. In the U.S., COG is no longer limited to nuclear emergencies. The continuity of operations plan was activated following the September 11th attacks. Moreover, these operations coincide with the Department of Defense military laws of war that can be activated through presidential powers. Executive orders that execute and addresses military occupation, Chapter 11.3 Laws of War, Covert and Overt Military Operations. Trump, Musk, and Tucker Carlson were working together behind the scenes. The U.S. White Hat military is controlling the Supreme Court, SCOTUS, and the Brunson case is being saved for the exposure of a military coup that happened through 2020 stolen election. The real news for Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been quietly busing illegal migrants to small conservative communities in upstate New York. No women or children will be sent, only adult males. They've been put in hotels and are already causing problems in the community. According to one city official, the hotel has had a nonstop police presence due to issues. General Mark Milley's tribunal scheduled. This is from Real Raw News. And Monday, October 2nd, X22 report Deep State moves. And it says, Deep State just made an interesting move. The great silent majority is rising like never before. Must video. Trump court cases. Error in New York civil fraud case against Trump is flagged by industry insiders who say valuation of Mar-a-Lago cited by a judge. Yeah, the judge can decide what homes are worth. I mean, that is insane. And I bet the people that live in the area around Mar-a-Lago are really ticked off because if he does that and gets away with it, he just basically lowered the value of all the people's homes in that whole area. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Only real estate experts from the area can do that. They have to go and they look at other properties and they do comparisons and things like that. It's not just some judge deciding, well, I don't like Trump, I'm going to devalue it to, whatever. It's unbelievable. Apparent mistake by Judge Engoron, moron, surfaces in his use of a Palm Beach County appraisal of Mar-a-Lago that an expert says is detached from the true value of the property. Of course it is. I've lived in some locations where the appraisal value is based on taxes or something. I'm not a real estate expert, but I know that the actual value of the home was way more, almost twice as much, maybe more than the tax value. Or, I don't know if that's true for all locations, but that's just my experience. On Monday, October 2nd, the Supreme Court declined to hear a case that would have disqualified Trump from running for POTUS. Biden crime family. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer subpoenaed James Biden's Lion Hall Group and JBBSR Inc. entities on Thursday because the committee could not identify legitimate services provided by James Biden's companies. Comer's subpoena appears to be directed at obtaining records linked to President Joe Biden's corporation, Celtic Capri Corporation, which received nearly $10 million in 2017 without specifying revenue line items. So that's an LLC account. It wasn't a shell company. That was a real LLC account with more earnings in there than what we can find. So that is an account we plan to subpoena as we follow the money, Comer said last week. FBI identifies culprits in $41 million casino heist, bringing total to more than $1 billion stolen by gang near to Hunter Biden. Oh, gosh. The documents, it just never ends with the Hunter Biden. The documents released by the FBI mention a group of hackers closely associated with Hunter Biden. Wow. Another act that has been kept quiet by the public and the courts. And this is just the stuff we're finding out about by accident. I wonder how much more there is. How bad does it get, Monday, October 2nd, Operation Trojan Horse, the most destructive and naked act of treason in U.S. history. AMG News. Foreign mercenaries and soldiers of fortune, terrorists and extremists, anarchists and agitators, criminals and convicts, rebels and revolutionaries, insurgents and insurrectionists are being transported to all of the sanctuary cities and states to create overwhelming chaos, confusion, and conflict via rampant and violent criminal activity. Illegal alien occupants of this Trojan horse, Reed Soros paid transport trains ferrying illegals to the U.S. border, are actually tasked with multiple missions for the privilege of coming to the States. First, the illegals are methodically supporting the drug trafficking industry, thereby overwhelming all 50 states with the current fentanyl crisis, as well as other drug-driven public health disasters. Secondly, the illegals are on both sides of the human trafficking industry, which is heavily involved in child trafficking. Thirdly, a select group of the more experienced mercenaries and soldiers of fortune are directly involved in arms trafficking. Fourth, many of the illegal aliens are set up in highly organized criminal gangs throughout the big Democrat-controlled cities across America to commit shocking crimes and terrorist acts, such as mass murders and mass bombings. Fifth, the countless Gladio overseen terrorist cells are operating in complete secret and totally outside of American society, ready to execute terror operations whenever programmed to do so. Many of the mass casualty events regularly staged across the USA involve these mind-controlled triggermen and patsies alike. Sixth, the Gladio directed paramilitary units are being covertly trained in clandestine military bases around the country, in which will function as the initial strike force, particularly against patriots domiciled in the red states and more conservative cities. The Christian South and Midwest are the real targets of this Bolshevik revolution, as the left coast and east coast liberal bastions have already been effectively taken over. Seventh, many illegal aliens are recruited. As soon as they step over the border by the U.S. Armed Forces, the U.S. government is no longer able to recruit awakened Americans to fight their unprovoked wars of naked aggression and or forever wars around the world. The absurdly woke U.S. military has in fact so alienated young men and women across the country that they won't become cannon fodder and they have nothing to do with the MIC directed war machine, military-industrial complex. Hence, the 5 fighting services must bribe foreign mercenaries to join. Tuesday, October 3rd, Ben Fulford Report. Get ready to be blown away by an extraordinary expose that will keep you at the edge of your seat. We have unearthed top-secret U.S. NATO war plans that were never meant to see the light of day, unraveling a colossal web of corruption that strikes at the very heart of global integrity. Step into a clandestine world of power and opulence where billions of dollars from the CCP have been discreetly stashed away in Silicon Valley banks. But this revelation is just the tip of the iceberg. In the shadows, intelligence units are tirelessly decrypting the covert codes utilized in the SVB financial democratic laundering systems. The sinister collapse of SVB and its eerie connections to the deep state trace back to the highest echelons of the U.S. government. The CIA, Pentagon, Obama, Biden, exposing a vast network of corruption entwined with the Ukrainian money laundering system in the far-reaching grasp of the CCP. Meanwhile, the arrest of Trump reverberates around the globe. But behind this intricately choreographed event lies a hidden message, ingeniously conveyed through a potent photograph By deciphering this cryptic military communication, we unveil a breathtaking pattern. Flags meticulously positioned to symbolize the stages of war, as defined by the Laws of War Department of Defense procedures. This mind-blowing revelation uncovers a meticulously crafted plan, leaving no room for coincidence. For months, we've been fed a steady diet of lies about Ukraine's supposed triumph in the war, propagated by the Pentagon, mainstream media, and the Biden administration. However, now valiant insiders emerge from the shadows, shedding light on the truth. Among them stands Colonel Douglas Macgregor, a trusted confidant of Trump and a seasoned war strategist, backed by classified intelligence reports and the unwavering commitment of oath keepers in the military alliance. Macgregor's revelations paint a bleak picture of the Ukrainian battlefield as the supply of cutting-edge weaponry and systems from the US and EU grinds to a halt. The imminent collapse of Ukraine becomes undeniable. Prepare for the ultimate shockwave. Leaked US military and NATO war plans are making waves online. Courtesy of Russia, these classified documents lay bare the true extent of Ukrainian casualties, revealing that hundreds of thousands have perished on their side. While the Russian losses pale in comparison, the Pentagon, CIA, and NATO find themselves reeling as their hidden motives and objectives are laid bare. Desperate to regain control, they dismiss the leaked documents as Russian disinformation or heavily manipulated data, but the truth cannot be silenced. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing an unprecedented series of events, masterfully orchestrated according to the laws of war 3.4, 3.5, leading to the climactic 3.6. Each thread we unravel, from Epstein to Ukraine, Obama to the Clintons, the CIA to the virus, and even Silicon Valley Bank, weaves an intricate tapestry of intrigue and corruption. Every sign points to a pivotal date, 11.3, the point of no return. But that's not all. The floodgates of truth have burst open, overwhelming the CIA, the Pentagon, and the Biden administration. White hat AI systems, unleashed to counter the deep state's AI, have sparked a seismic shift in power. We are now witnesses to an epic battle where the fate of nations hangs in the balance and the truth can no longer be contained. Buckle up for an unparalleled journey into the heart of darkness, where global power structures crumble and heroes and villains clash in an epic struggle for dominance. This is the storm you've been anxiously awaiting. The world will never be the same again.